I'm Katherine G. MacRae, and this is Perspective. My guest today is Kara Flanagan, Green Party candidate for Sault Ste. Marie. Welcome, Kara.
Thank you, Katherine.
Kara, I just want to ask you to get started why you chose to throw your hat in the ring as a candidate for the Green Party of Ontario.
Well, thank you for asking, because for many years I was voting for change, one party after another, and it not happening, and I became extremely frustrated, and I realized that there has to be something else for me. And when I was looking around at options, I stumbled upon the Green Party, and I read their literature and the values that they have, and they align very much with my own. And so politically and professionally, because I work in environmental health, protecting environment and people, they complement each other. And so I had found my home.
Nice. And with your platform with the Green Party, what are the major initiatives that you yourself want to promote or see happen in Ontario?
Well, I'm really excited because every aspect of the platform that we've put together is fully budgeted, so it's not money that isn't there in order to make it happen. And there's a number of things that are very surprising and that will benefit people, the planet, and jobs for our community.
What type of jobs would the Green Party be promoting?
Okay, I'm glad you asked, because there's some low-hanging fruit, and it benefits jobs, people, and planet. And that is energy retrofits and improving energy efficiency. So for every dollar that you spend on energy efficiency, you get $7 out in GDP. So that's a very good investment. And it benefits people because it makes our homes and businesses warmer, more comfortable, and saves money on energy costs. It benefits the planet in reducing greenhouse gas emissions, and it also benefits in jobs because people have to do the energy retrofits. So it provides a lot of local jobs, and also causes a great deal of retail activity because there's a lot of really handy people who can do things themselves.
Other than the homeowner-based retrofit, what other jobs, specifically industry-wise, would the Green Party be promoting?
Well, we want to go where the future is, and so we want to invest money in clean tech. We're finding that clean tech is employing people, over 250,000 people in Ontario and Canada already, and the average wage of those jobs is $92,000 a year. So that's where the growth is, and that's in innovation and smart manufacturing, and expanding caring for people, and developing arts and culture. There's a lot of opportunity there, so that's where we want to incentivize people to open small businesses and develop new technologies in those fields.
Okay, we do have to take a break. We're talking with Kara Flanagan, and we'll be right back with Perspective.
Sorry, am I talking too much?
I'm Katherine G. MacRae. You're watching Perspective. My guest today is Kara Flanagan from the Green Party. Kara, you were talking about jobs and industrial jobs when we went to the break. The Green Party's platform is clean energy. I know that you have some ideas yourself on specific projects for Sault Ste. Marie. And there was one that kind of caught my attention when I first talked to you. Would you like to tell us about the beach?
Oh, thank you for asking. One thing that I identified here in living in Sault Ste. Marie, the best kept secret in all of Ontario, was that we are missing a beach. Our summers are only 2 months long, and many people can't get to the beach because there's no public transit and they don't have a vehicle. So I identified that I wanted a beach, and I'm sure other people would want a beach. And it has a lot of other benefits
When
to
you
our
say
community.
beach, you're talking local beach, of course, within city limits.
Yes, yes. I'd like it to be an indoor beach, and because it would be warm and humid and bright, we might as well grow food in there, like have an indoor shrimp farm or in vertical farming. So that would help with our food security in our community. There's a lot of other benefits too.
Where would a project of that nature, of that size, I would imagine it would have to be a fairly substantial area, especially if they're growing food and having a beach where people would come and suntan or lay out or read a book or?
Read a book, and if you had a couple of hours in the afternoon and just wanted to go to the beach and read a book or go for a swim, I'd like also to have an indoor walking track and a climbing wall. I'd also like it to have a waterfront restaurant and a motel unit to attract tourism into our community and generate revenues for our municipality. And we can make this as energy neutral as possible by harvesting renewable solar and wind power and river power.
So that would be placed where? What do you envision as far as where this beach would go? And would it be totally enclosed inside, or
Yes.
would there be a garage door to open up in the summer to enjoy the nice real weather outside? Or
Well, I think I haven't got to the opening a window or a door in the summertime. That's something I hadn't thought about, but good idea. But I think it would be wonderful to have it on our waterfront and to complement our waterfront and draw activity to our downtown area. And making it highly visible to Americans across the river might entice them to come over. So,
has this ever been done before that you're aware of in another community?
the only one that I'm aware of is in Germany. There's a huge indoor beach there, and we certainly couldn't accommodate that level of scale. But I think the mental health benefits of having an indoor beach too, for loneliness and for seasonal affective disorder, and placing it down on the waterfront also means that it's accessible by transit as well as the hub trail. I think it's very doable.
Wow, the beach, that's quite the concept. We have to cut to break. We're with Kara Flanagan, and you're watching Perspective. Please stay with us. We're back with Kara Flanagan on Perspective. Kara, you are running for the Green Party as a candidate for Sault Ste. Marie. One of your initiatives, Basic Income Guarantee. I'm wondering if you could explain to our viewers what is meant by that.
Oh, gladly. It's a component of our platform that is so important. For years and years, Canada has been working towards or saying that we're going to end poverty and homelessness and take care of our children. And Basic Income Guarantee is a plan that does just that. It provides a minimum income for people that they can count on, so they have their food, water, and shelter and transportation. It provides a level of security so that down the road, it decreases our mental health costs, our hospital costs, it keeps people in school, it supports entrepreneurs to start their own businesses, it flourishes the arts and cultures, and it just has an enormous impact on the health and well-being of our community.
It sounds great, but it also sounds expensive. Is there a budget?
Yes, the complexities of the budgeting are online in our platform. So the details are there if you want to take a look. However, our current system, fragmented system of little pockets of programs here and there, is also very expensive and has a great deal of bureaucracy. So streamlining that and putting the money into people's pockets instead of disjointed and fragmented programming will be more efficient in the long run. And then there's also the savings for our healthcare system that are a result. We've done Canada did a study in 1974 in Dauphin, Manitoba called MINCOME, and that study was recently, the data from that was evaluated and found enormous savings and benefits, social benefits to people.
So would that be like a security income, people below a certain income level? Or would it, incite everyone to quit their jobs and stay home and watch this show?
Yes, well, that is one criticism that often comes to people's minds. But what actually happens is that people have the security and that they can go out and take a job and add to their income and improve their quality of life. So although it seems counterintuitive, the research has shown that is not the case.
So if someone's already making, let's say $100,000 a year, they're not going to be accessing these funds as well?
Correct.
Okay, so it's at a certain income level?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so with that initiative, it's called the Basic Income Guarantee, and that's been costed in the Green Party platform, which can be found at gpo.ca, the Green Party platform. Okay, I think we have to go to another break, Kara, so we will come back with you. Please stay with us. You're watching Perspective, and we'll be back with Kara Flanagan, Green Party Ontario for Sault Ste. Marie. We're back with Kara Flanagan for Green Party Ontario, candidate for Sault Ste. Marie. Kara, you had mentioned affordable housing as a major initiative with the Green Party Ontario platform. What will they do? What will you do about affordable housing right here in Sault Ste. Marie?
Mm-hmm. Well, we have had issues with affordability in housing for a long time, and that really is stressful for people that they cannot find a home and cannot buy a home. So one of the requirements that we want to add is that any new development, housing development, must include 20% affordable housing just as part of the development project. So I think down the line that will increase our affordable housing stock and make home ownership and our housing accessible to more people.
Okay, so it's not just owning a home though, but it's also, would that be rent controls then?
It would be housing, it could be multi-residential housing that is more in the affordability range.
Okay, and you see that affordable housing is a major problem right now also in Sault Ste. Marie as well?
We're actually doing pretty well here, so that's a good thing. I think locally here, the benefits we would see from our platform might come from the mental health component. We want to expand access of mental health to people because Southern Ontario really isn't conscious of the distances that we have here, and that those are challenges. So we want to add mental health as part of OHIP and expand access to make them available. Some children are waiting months and months and months, and that's not good for our kids.
Waiting for a home, you mean?
No, waiting for mental health services.
Okay, so we know in Sault Ste. Marie there are mental health issues, and it's become exacerbated with some of the recent crises with the drugs in Sault Ste. Marie. How will the Green Party address those issues? Locally we have a really good program, our Rapid Access Addiction program, and that's
through Sault Area Hospital. So, and that's wonderful. There are other things that we can consider for the opioid crisis that we're experiencing, because we have higher rates than the rest of the province here. And so looking at what other places are experimenting with, like Vancouver is actually allowing vending machines that will dispense the medication, methadone or Suboxone, to people who need the medication in a wider variety of access areas. Then there's safe use sites, and then there's also following up with providing medical grade medication to people who are addicted.
So is that part of the Green Party's platform too, to address the drug crisis specifically as well, with more funding towards these programs?
Our platform this time wants to bring together mental health and addiction
all under one umbrella?
In one umbrella, yes.
Okay.
So, but looking at what the evidence supports works in situations is how we make decisions going forward. We don't just pick things out of a hat. You look at the evidence. If the evidence is sound, and it's worth pursuing and implementing, that's the way we want to go.
Okay. We have to go to break, and we'll be right back with Kara Flanagan from the Green Party, Ontario, as the candidate for Sault Ste. Marie. Please stay with us. You're watching Perspective. I'm Katherine G. MacRae. My guest today is Kara Flanagan, Green Party Ontario candidate for Sault Ste. Marie. Kara, what about voter participation? It seems a little apathetic. A lot of people don't even go out to bother voting. They lump all politicians into the same category, and a lot of people say, oh, it doesn't matter. Nothing's going to change, no matter who you vote for. Mm-hmm. What about voter participation?
Well, I can empathize with people, because I was frustrated trying to vote for change regardless of the party, and change didn't happen. And 49% in our Sault Ste. Marie election in 2014 did not show up. So that is actually a huge block. If you look at all of the numbers, the non-voters are actually the majority in our elections.
People love to complain, but they won't go out and vote.
Right. So we have to get them out, because every voice counts. And I think people are frustrated with the party system, with the system itself. They feel that their vote doesn't count anywhere, and it does. If your vote matters to me, because a really good way to send a message to Queen's Park is to give your vote to the Green Party, because that will be counted. Some people think they're protesting and will spoil their ballot or not vote, but that doesn't count anywhere. So if you cast your ballot, cast it for someone or something that you believe in. Unfortunately, people are frustrated with vote splitting and strategic voting and holding their nose and voting for the least worst option. Well, that's not a good democratic system. I think we need electoral reform so that every vote matters.
Okay. So before we wrap up in this final segment of the show, why should the people of Sault Ste. Marie vote for Kara Flanagan of the Green Party?
Well, I am passionate and committed, and I love our community here. I want to represent us and send a message to Queen's Park that we want to do things differently, that we want to do politics differently, and we want different, and we really truly do want change. So a vote for me is supporting all of those things, in addition to protecting the people and planet.
And you feel that you're the right person for the job?
Yes, I'm very much follow politics, and I'm very involved in our community and want to do the best by our city.
And you feel that Sault Ste. Marie will do better by having a Green Party candidate such as yourself, Kara Flanagan, representing Sault Ste. Marie at Queen's Park?
Definitely. Look at the beauty that we have and the environment that we protect and the investment that we've made in alternative energy here. That we need to be stewards and good protectors of the air, land, and water that we have. And no better place than to start here in Sault Ste. Marie with the Green Party going to Queen's Park.
If people want more information and detail on the platform, would they go to gpo.ca?
Correct.
Green Party Ontario?
Yes.
Okay, so thank you so much for coming on the show today, Kara. Kara Flanagan, Green Party Ontario, candidate for Sault Ste. Marie. You're watching Perspective. Please tune in again. We hope to see you. And in the meantime, think about what's your perspective. I'm Katherine G. MacRae. Hope to see you soon.